Hello everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to create this jade liner which I've winged out a little bit, and there is this sparkly goodness on the eye. So let's jump right in. And here I'm showing you my top just because I went through all the trouble of putting it on and matching it to my eyeliner, and it's not in the frame of my video. Okay, great. So I'm starting out with the foundation. We're doing the skin first. So the foundation is the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. I'm going to put all the products that I've used in the description box. So whenever I'm doing the skin, I like to apply the product first in the areas where I need the most coverage, and I like to use a buffing brush. This is a Real Techniques buffing brush because I feel like you can really shear out the foundation with a buffing brush. So once you've applied the foundation, most of the foundation where you need it, you can go ahead and buff it out with a buffing brush. Also, I do the center of my face where I need the least amount of coverage at the end, just with the product that is left in the brush. I'm not picking up any additional product in areas where I don't need most of the coverage. Just make sure your foundation is blended out all over your face, and then I'm taking the same foundation on a smaller brush, and then using it as a concealer under the eye, because it is a coverage product and I feel like I don't have too much of a dark circle. Yeah, okay. So it works for me, but if you have more of a pigmentation, you might want to go for a warmer shade of a concealer and a product with more coverage. I'm using the same foundation and the smaller brush to spot correct where I have a bit of a pesky spots on my face from a recent breakout. Again, somehow a smaller brush increases the coverage of the product as opposed to a buffing brush. Now I'm setting the entire thing with a translucent powder. This is from Krylon. Again, where you first apply the product is really important. So I really want to mattify the under eye area. So I'm taking the powder first on the under eye, and then with whatever is left on the brush, I'm sweeping it all over the face. This way, the under eye is matte, but the rest of the skin is a little bit shinier than that, a little bit more natural texture wise. Now I'm applying a blush bronzer shimmer. This is a blush powder from a Zoeva palette, and it's like bronzer come blush come a little bit of sparkle. So I'm using this on my skin as in a blush and bronzer placement and nothing else on the skin. Now I want the lip to be non-existent, but my lips are a little bit more pigmented. Ideally, if your lips are not pigmented, use a lip balm and you're good. But because my lips are pigmented, I want to apply a little something on them. So I use a lipstick from Givenchy. It's a very balmy sheer kind of lipstick, and the color is My Lips But Better. And then I'm taking a lip pencil, and I'm not lining my lips. I'm covering my lips where I need a little bit more coverage. I want to knock back the darkness. I'm doing that, and we'll just go on to the eyes. And now for the star of the show, it is by eye pencil is by K Beauty, and it is this beautiful jade color. I wanted to do a little bit of a winged action with the liner, so I am mapping out the wing first. As you can see here, just keep your eyes open and then map out the wing, and then you can drag it back onto your eyelid area. And I'm just making sure here that the liner is thin because I have smaller eyelids. So if you have smaller eyelids as well, just make sure your eyeliner is thin, and irrespective of if your eye is small or not, just make sure that your liner is very close to your lashes. There is no gap between your lashes and the liner. That's a pet peeve of mine. And because this eye crayon formula is very creamy, so you have a little bit of playtime with it, but once it sets, it doesn't budge. So before it sets, I'm going in with a liner brush from Real Techniques and then sharpening up the wing, and then making sure I have a smooth liner. You know, there are no little spots in between. So you have to do this before the liner sets, because once it sets, it does not budge. So I'm making sure I have a clean line before it sets. And then for the sparkle, this is the Hourglass. Oh, by the way, I did the other eye off camera. This is the Hourglass Scattered Light Eyeshadow in the shade Smoke. And it does not have much of base color. So if you can see, it's just this glittery goodness. So while I'm applying that, I start at the ball of the eyelid and then I feather out the product towards the inner and the outer corners. This, I feel like, emphasizes the convexity of your eye and reflects the light beautifully. And then I'm taking a brush and then making sure the edges are not sharp, and then taking the same glitter shadow and applying it in the inner corner for some extra sparkle. I applied the mascara off camera, did my brows off camera, and here's the finished look. Very simple, very clean, and here's a shot in the sunlight so we all can truly appreciate that glitter shadow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Hopefully in my next video next week. Okay, bye!